92.9 The Lake, playing the greatest hits of all time. If you've been paying attention to us on social media or listening to the show, you know that we have a very special guest on the phone with us right now, Miss Terri Fontenot. She's a lifelong resident of Moss Bluff, Louisiana, and she is in a global baking competition, and she needs your help. Miss Terri, how's it going?
Oh, great. Good morning, Mikey. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. Thank you so much. So let's get to know you, Terri. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I grew up in Moss Bluff. I always say Moss Bluff, born and raised. And I started baking really when my son went to the Marine Corps because he was my one and only, and I needed something to occupy my mind and my time. And so I, started baking, but it was a while before I could teach myself to bake, and you have to be able to do that. But I love baking and live right here in Moss Bluff. I always say with my husband, who's come to understand you can never have too many bundt pans. I do collect bundt pans. I have about almost 50. But yeah, baking for me is the joy of it. I love sharing the love. I love teaching kids how to bake. It gives them a sense of pride and self-achievement, and it's something they do for themselves and they can give to other people.
Right. My wife loves to bake, and every now and again, I'll walk in and she's watching the Great British Bake Off. Have you ever seen that?
Right. Oh, my gosh, yes. I love Mary and Paul, and, Mary's, her saying is no soggy bottom, so you can't have that when we make a pie.
Exactly. And from watching these shows, one of my favorite shows, I think it's canceled now, but it was on Food Network, Baker or Faker or something like that.
Yes.
I love that show.
Yeah, that's really good, too.
But what I've seen from Cupcake Wars and all these different baking shows, baking is a science, and if you don't get it right, it's not coming out right.
That is true. Really important, all your ingredients need to be at room temperature. Most important thing is to follow the recipe. I tell my students, read the recipe through once just to get familiar with it, twice to make sure you have all the ingredients, and the third time means you're ready to bake. So reading the recipe is very important.
So we were talking off the air. You actually hold baking classes. You teach adults and kids how to bake. And where can people follow you on social media?
Well, social media, you can follow me. I am on Instagram. It's Terri Bakes. You can follow me on Facebook. Again, Terri Bakes. And just look for my name, Terri Fontenot.
Right on. And what was the first experience that you had with baking when, I know you said that your son went off to the Marines and you had to get your mind off of something, but what was the first experience that you can remember, maybe as a child or something like that, that you were like, wow, this baking is really interesting? Was it something that you tasted? Was it something that you saw, maybe your grandmother, your mom in the kitchen?
Well, for me, I always loved making peanut butter cookies. And so that was the thing for me is that, we had this one recipe. It was easy to make. It didn't take a lot of prep work. You could scoop them out. You took the little fork and made the thing. And to me, it was great because it made so many. We ate them. We could give them to our neighbors. I could take them, give them to people at school. And that was the thing for me is when I gave the gift of something I had baked, people were just, oh, my gosh, this is great. You made this for me. So, it's that sharing the love.
Right. And it seems like it's a dying art almost because it's so easy to go to a superstore these days and just pick up a prepackaged baked item or a frozen item.
That's true. It is a dying art, and that's one of the reasons why, I teach the small classes in my home. Usually it's one-on-one, or sometimes you'll have sisters or a mom and a child or a dad and a child, and they want to learn something very simple because then they can go home and take those skills and build on those. And I could tell them, you need to learn this so you can teach someone else, so it's not a dying art.
Right on. We're talking with Terri Fontenot. She is a lifelong Moss Bluff native, and she is in a global baking competition, the greatest baker. Now, Terri, you're first in your group right now.
Right.
And voting ends tomorrow to move on to the next round.
That is correct. I am in the running for the top 5 in my group. So voting ends Thursday night, 10 p.m. Central Time. So, yes, it's very important. Now, voting is easy. All you need is a Facebook account. You can vote once every 24 hours. So, like myself, I vote at 7 o'clock every morning. So if I try to vote at 6:50, it says, no, you have to vote in 10 minutes. But it's once every 24 hours. It's easy. Now, if you want to hero vote, what that means is you can purchase votes, and all those proceeds, the donations, go to the No Kid Hungry program.
Right on. We have that link at our website, 929thelake.com, or you can just pull it up on our free mobile app. Just look for the story titled Moss Bluff Woman in Global Baking Competition. Now, let's talk about the Greatest Baker. How did you find out about it, and what is this competition about?
Okay, how I found out about it was I just saw something on Instagram. I also got a message on my Instagram, and it said, "Hey, we think you'd be great for this. Are you interested?" So I went on and I just simply put in my name and sent 3 photos. And the next day I got an email and it said, "You have been hand selected to be in this competition." And then they sent us more information. Jen Varney, who's actually a 2-time winner for the Food Network, is our coach, so to speak. And we'll get videos and little emails and things from her. And she'll say, "Hey, you're doing great," and reach out more on social media. But she's kind of like the cheerleader for everyone. So anyway, I did that, and I went on, and I got picked for that. Then I went to 10. Now I'm in for the top 5. If I get chosen for that, hopefully it'll just go forward. The winner will be selected on December the 10th. If I win, I get $10,000. Yay!
Wow.
And a 2-page spread in Bake from Scratch magazine. And then, of course, I will get the title, and I will forever be known as the Greatest Baker.
Yeah, and don't forget a year's supply of Stuffed Puffs.
Yes, year's supply of Stuffed Puffs. The guy who invented this process, he's in his 30s, and he actually developed a patent where you get chocolate in the middle of a marshmallow. Now, how cool is that?
That is amazing. That's one of the best inventions since penicillin.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
So we were talking off the air, and you were like, "Man, I'm up against bakers who are viral sensations on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok and all this stuff that have hundreds of thousands of followers." Yes. So we really need Southwest Louisiana to come up big for you.
Yes, I really do. Yes, please. I always say, help a Moss Bluff girl out. And, you don't ever see anyone from Moss Bluff. You don't see very seldom. I mean, they'll say from Southwest, but they'll say Baton Rouge and New Orleans. We don't get a lot of that sort of hoorah from here unless you're a sports team. But, yeah, I mean, I think it would be great if everyone could just go on and just vote. It's a free vote. And it would be supporting me, and I think it's interesting to see, and especially follow me because I'm baking every day, and I always have something interesting. If you have something you'd like to send me bake, all you got to do is send me a message and say, "Hey, can you bake or whatever?" And I'll say, "Sure," because I bake every day. That's right. How can they follow you on social media? They can follow me on social media. I am on Instagram. It's Terri Bakes, TerriBakes. Facebook. It is Terri Bakes, and you can look for Terri Fontenot. Colored's my maiden name. It's Kullerd. You'll find me on there. You'll see my big old cheesy face. And yeah, you can just follow me. You can follow me there. And then you'll see, because every day I put 2 or 3 posts on there, and I have the link. I make it easy. You just click on the link. It verifies your Facebook account. Bam, you voted, and it would be great. It'd be awesome. There you go, Southwest Louisiana. Get your voting finger ready. Go follow Terri on social media. She is a lifelong Moss Bluff resident. We need to help this lady out. She's first in her group. She needs to get to the top 5, and we need your help, Southwest Louisiana. The Greatest Baker. It's a global competition, and she is putting in work. And the prize, $10,000, featured in Bake from Scratch magazine. And a year's supply of state puffs. That would be absolutely amazing. What a prize. I know. What a prize. Thank you so much. And, I think it would be great. And I appreciate your votes. I appreciate all the support from all my supporters. And all I just say is thank you kindly. To follow Terri on social media and also to vote, go to our website, 929thelake.com, or you can pull it up on our free mobile app. Miss Terri, good luck. And, man, I hope we get some good news in a few weeks that you're like in the last run, and we can have you on here again. So make sure you reach out. I'll sure do it. Thank y'all so much, and have a great day. And happy baking.